everyone, Jai Shri Ram. So I feel बहुत सारे लोग ना, they are just not good in expression. They are very good in everything, but they are not good in expression. So when you are not good in expression, तो आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि either you don't have a good self image, आपका जो image है अपने आप को लेकर के वो सही नहीं है, या फिर आप खुद को ठीक से जानते नहीं हैं. In both of the conditions, you will become a person who has the capacity to express it in a much more beautiful way, but because of the fear of the judgment, or because of that you have a vague picture about who you are as a person, you will hesitate to actually say what you really want to say, or you will have a beautiful way of expression but you will try to suppress it because you feel like people will not actually appreciate you the way you are or the way you are expressing. If the way of expression is being bullied, or somebody bullied it, or somebody just never accepted or validated you as a person, then you feel the problem of expression. You might have beautiful things to share to the world, but you would never feel like expressing. You will never feel like you should speak in public or you should speak in front of people, because maybe how people told you about who you are and how they reacted whenever you expressed yourself was so bad, it left an impact, like it left a mark on your system or on your mind or your heart, that whenever you are trying to speak your truth, or whenever you are trying to express yourself, you are feeling you just feel like you will be bullied for that. So to get rid of it, to overcome such a difficulty, there can be a possible 2-3 things that you can do if you can. The first thing is, who are those people whose opinions are so important to you? Their opinions should not matter to you, because if you know yourself and you know your worth, it doesn't matter how I'm appreciating you or I'm giving you the validation or not. Secondly, if you have something good to say and you're trying to suppress it, it is your decision. It should not be somebody else is trying to do this with me, that's why I suppressed myself. Self-suppression is also a decision that everybody makes. So if you have a habit of always suppressing yourself, always not speaking for or not standing up for what you believe in, that is your pattern, and you can only break this pattern once you start speaking. Speak, even if nobody understands, even if people are saying you are not very good at it, you will become. Or even if you are, they are jealous maybe, or they don't have the habit of appreciating you because they were not appreciated at their home. That's the problem. Whoever is trying to bully you or whoever bullies you, they have some problems going on with their childhood, and you should not be the victim of that, and you should not make yourself the victim of that. The third comes how to heal it. Practice it. Express yourself. Speak as much as possible. The way your mind is telling you, no, you are not good at it, you cannot do this, you're simply not good at it. Break the pattern by doing exactly what you feel like you should not be. Sometimes you have to break a pattern by doing things that you haven't experienced that way, or you haven't done it ever before. So once you start doing something which is out of your way of doing things, it will break a pattern of yours. About expression also, sometimes some people copy somebody else, the way they speak or the way they express themselves, because they feel it's so good. It's good because they know what they're speaking and who they are. If you do the same thing with yourself, you will never understand who you are and who you are referring to and what you are speaking. So if you have no understanding of what somebody is saying, should not go for how they are saying. There are many people who copy spiritual masters and they speak like that. It feels so good, but you are not the spiritual master, no? You are not yet there. So there is no point of copying it. So everybody should be very honest with that. Why it happens? It happens because you can't face the truth which is inside you. You can't face yourself the way you are. And you can be a person who is extremely religious or extremely spiritual or extremely open-minded. So in both of the 3 cases, either your family or your background is not that much open about it, or there is so much restrictions. If it is very traditional, if your family is very traditional and you are very open-minded, you would feel that bullying. If you are very open-minded and they are very traditional, you will also feel that bully thing. So it's better to actually understand where things are going wrong and how can you correct it. And if you can't correct it, then openly accept, this is my opinion and this is how I feel and this is what I believe. So just see, when you are deciding this is my belief system, this is what I stand for, always question yourself, Is it coming from like I'm treating everything like I'm a rebellious person and I'm against the world, or it is something that I understand or it has worked for me? So if it has worked for you, then that is your perception or that's your truth. But if you are trying to cross somebody and you're trying to go against the norms just to prove your point, then that's something you should not appreciate in yourself. Third comes, whenever you try to speak, something within you says it's people will make fun of you. When that happens, ignore the voice and continue to speak. Third, maybe you have great potential in one aspect of life, but you're still trying to suppress it because you feel like once you release that or once that comes into light, people will not accept it, people will do this and that. Usually it happens when you are extremely gifted in one thing and you don't want to show it to the world. I'm telling you, if you are very fearful of doing something, go ahead and do that, because that can be a key to your success. So I will be very happy if you can follow such things, because it has somehow worked for me. So maybe it's gonna work for you. It's not coming from a book. I'm not repeating anything from the book. Maybe it resonates, that's there. But I think that happens when you hear or when you observe the pattern, why you can't speak or what is happening with you. So that's what my observation is, and something can be very true for you also. So see how things are going to resonate.